jingle bells, jingle all the way. Just getting myself together here. I don't know if I'm going through live or not. Oh, look at it. I need a haircut. Boys and girls need a haircut. It's getting a bit unmanageable. Let's have a look and see if I'm on. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Me. Yeah. Woohoo. Right, I'm just waiting for a few people to come to the community boozer, the community inn, the old Alton Trail. I'm Eric the Plasterer. I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions. This is Ask the Plasterer, but generally we just come in here and have a chat and a beer from now. Right, for some reason I've lost my sound. Oh, you can probably hear everything.
20%. Connected to EDITING WRKSG.
Yep. Hey Martin, hello mate, how's it going? How's it going? You're on the Ask the Plasterer forum thing, mate, aren't you? On my Discord site. Hey Mike, hey there, how's that, mate? Look right there, with old Rick. I thought you wanted to be more over this side of the bar, mate. So I've squashed you in there, and Rick's just sitting in front of old Blaine. Because before I used to be able to move everybody around, but when I started having some issues with the thing working properly, and it was juddering a lot when it kept buffering and it was terrible. So I had to just take a copy of the pub, which that basically glued you two. All right, I can move you around, but it glued everybody else in place. So rather than me be able to shift them around a bit and squeeze people in the right positions, all I can do now is stick people on top. So for the time being, anyway. So but at least it's all working. Only person that hasn't got any sound is me, which is a bit sad for me. Hang on. Yep, no, can't hear nothing. Because I like to be able to hear the old pub ambiance, as you know. But hang on, I'm just gonna have a twiddle in my settings if it lets me, and see if. Right. I'm not staring at you. I'm staring at a screen that's in front of me that hopefully you can't see, because it's really boring. Those speakers, yeah. Speaker, Bose, yeah. I'll turn it off and on again, but it'll go funny probably, won't it? That won't do. Yeah. Dashing through the snow, hey! Super sleigh. Oh no, I'm twiddling about with the wrong thing, sorry. Oh dear, excuse me. Right. So, boys and girls, just making sure everything's on and working properly. Well, as properly as it can, anyway. There we go. Lovely. I've got my other little red. You've seen me cozy. Got my cozy glow light working again, but I don't know what's wrong with it. I tried charging it up with a really good charger. Wouldn't have it. Put on a weaker charger, and it came on and started charging. Charged it right up, and haven't really used it since then. Went to put it on tonight. A flat as a pancake, even though it's not switched on. So it's probably the battery in it must have gone. Don't like the cold. Don't like the cold. Put the chat on there as well. Swayze, hey, hello mate. Evening Mark. Evening Wayne. Lovely. Chat about whatever you like tonight, boys. Put your feet up. I've got my glass. I've got my Brewdog Punk IPA. I'm going to crack it open. I'll suggest you do the same, or have a cup of tea if you're on the wagon. Or a nice glass of actually beer. Even non-alcoholic beer is not a good idea if you're on the wagon, is it? Nice soft drink or a cup of tea or something like that. But bear with. If there's anyone newer that's just joining us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer. I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions, and if I can't answer them, one of the other guys will probably answer them. And if none of us can answer them, then you can ask Kirk, and he'll probably know because he's a clever boy. Hey, oh, he's on his 21,000 subs now, taking off like a rocket. Well done, Kirky boy. Ah, dear. Oh, hang on a minute. How comes hang on, I've got to do something with Rick. He's in front of me writing. That shouldn't happen. Oh, hang on, bear with. Right, Rick. Right. So, boys and girls, I'm going to have to put my glasses on and just sort this out. Talk amongst yourselves. 5 a minute. Won't be a minute. People don't normally come out in front of the writing, though. Right. That's it, and Ricky boy, hold on, mate. Whoa. Nope. Right. Right. Wait. Let's get back to the evening. Evening all. Right. Right. What we got? Ceiling light that gives out 360-degree light, full coverage of room. Wayne, you talking about the one that Alex was plugging? That we've all bought one. Sold out now. They're still sold out. So bright. Alex Morgan did a video about them. Good for decorating. Yeah, good for everything, mate. Decorating, plastering. Just been able to see what you're doing. Yeah, I've used it a few times now. Works a treat. Works an absolute treat. Michael Smart. I'm under your chin. That's right, Rav. That's right. But you're in front of the game. That's fine. I just had to get you behind the writing because otherwise, mind you, I can't hardly see the writing anyway. And I think they used to have the writing over by the fireside. And not coming up at the bar. Or whatever. I can always have a shift around at some other point. But yeah. Well, I might have to I might have to move Rick out a bit so we can see his happy smiley face. Actually, the more comments we get, the gaps in between, I'm about to see Rick a bit better. But Rick and Mike making their debut in the bar this evening. Always here in the reality reel, having a chat, but not been in the bar yet. I've not been updating me bar until good old Mark. Well done, Mark, for going. How comes Mike and Rick aren't in the bar? So there you have it. So my computer's pretty hot because it's been on a while because playing around with people's pictures up and getting them in the bar it's a bit of fiddly diddly. And I was going to turn my computer off earlier and then turn it back on for this, but I've just kept it running and there's loads of things plugged in it. So hopefully it'll all be going smoothly, and if it don't, it'll it'll just conk out at some point. But we shall see. But anyway, cheers. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. No, the old light's been great. I'm pleased to say up until this point, I may have finished my last job for Christmas, which was good because I was a little bit in the red a little while back, and now I'm nicely back into the black, which is where you want to be with Christmas coming up and the new year. Because yeah, I've looked at another fairly big job actually, which wouldn't be happening until next year. I've priced that up, but I've not heard back from those particular peeps. But it is putting a fairly reasonable price to do it, and I just imagine it's not going to be ready anywhere before January or February anyway. So you always anticipate that when you send a quote out that the customer should get straight back to you, and when they don't, you kind of think, oh, I probably haven't got that one, and then the next thing you know, they're on the blower or they've sent you a email or whatever saying, oh yeah, can you book us in? So, but we shall wait and see on that one. Tomorrow morning I've got a loft conversion that's been built by some builder. Apparently it's all plasterboarded. Don't know if it's finished yet and ready for skimming, but the guy wants to quote just to do all the skimming, which is lovely. I haven't done just a brand new loft for ages, and it's just around the corner from me. So I'm looking forward to that. That'd be good. And you can you guys hear the music if there's any music going, or is it just chatter in the background? Or if I've got the music on, is it too loud? Or if it is a bit loud, does it make it seem a bit more like a proper boozer? Because you can't have everybody being quiet when you're in the pub on a Monday night. This is I think one of the busiest pubs on a Monday night that you could come to for a drink and a chat. Put your feet up. Because you're allowed to put your feet up in this pub. Oh yes, yeah. So has everybody been busy or quietening down? When are you hoping to knock it on the head? Are you, Mike? You're actually in Edinburgh now, mate, aren't you? Are you stopping? You're stopping there. You're not just gone there for a long day, have you? Hello, Tara, darling. Mark, just people chatting. The music must have cut out again. Well, not cut out, mate, but a bit long. He should start singing that "Oh Beer Beer Beer" song. Because I don't think I turned it down accidentally. I could hear it earlier, but for some reason, I've turned the Bluetooth off. I've already turned the Bluetooth off on my phone. So the thing with the old Tinternet is and Bluetooth. Bluetooth is the worst thing because everything attaches itself to a computer by Bluetooth. My speaker, my headphones when I'm using them. Earlier on, I put this on. I could hear. I mean, you guys should be able to hear it, but I can't hear anything except my droning on voice. And I like a bit of atmosphere to get me in the mood. But for whatever the reason is, I've turned my speaker on and off. And the only other time I could possibly get it to work again is if I turn this off and back on again. But I don't want to do that because it might just throw the whole thing. We'll have to start all over again, and that just won't do. That won't do. Wayne. Yeah, right, Mike. Ooh, yeah. People chatting. Right, come on in, people. Tell me what you've been up to, whether you're busy or not. I have, as I say, fortunately been busy. But if this job is ready when I go to look at it tomorrow and I get it, I've got a feeling that people will probably say, "Oh, can you do it before Christmas?" Which is obviously still doable, isn't it? Because Christmas isn't that near yet, but it's near enough. I would quite happily call it a day now until next year, and yeah, and do other stuff at home. Finish up putting up me Christmas lights because now me youngest daughter's moved out because she's got married. She would kind of give me that kind of zing to like, oh, come on, Dad, you putting the trees up, you putting the decks up yet? And because I like doing all that kind of stuff. But with just me and the missus here, or Bev, her name's Beverly, Bevanesa, as we've started to call her. She gets a bit bar humbug sometimes when it comes to about Christmas decks and stuff like that. But hey, there you go. There you go. She tolerates it as long as I take them down. I think it harks back to a year many moons ago when I put lots of artificial snow on the windows and I couldn't be bothered to. I didn't wash it off till about June or July. And she wasn't very happy. And then by that time, it's really hard to get off. So, and after that, she said, "You were never putting spray snow on the windows ever again." And I never have since then. So, dear. Wayne, Kirk channel on the trail did a video on SBR versus PVA versus blue grit, etc. Yeah, have you watched it? It was good. I was watching the video of when he was sawing up the bolt. He said, "Don't moan at me because I ain't got a mask on," and he was in his garage cutting up the pieces of like hardybacker, I think it was, to do the samples on, and there's dust just filled the place up, covered his computer and his camera, and God knows what else. And wow, that's a lot of dust to breathe in without a mask on. Dear. I mean, I'm not great at wearing a mask when I'm working, but well, fine. What's your take on it? Yeah, I mean, all the tests were good, and SBR. I know he's still going to stick to using SBR. For me, Wayne, I've just used PVA and mostly neat for most of me many years career. I just kind of stick with it, mate, because it does the job. And if I need a bit of extra grip, you can stick some kiln dried sand in, give it a good old stir, and Bob's your uncle. You can't really put like building, well, you can, but you can chuck building sand in it, like soft sand, but it doesn't it clumps up, and you have to keep mixing it. But if you drop a bit of kiln dried sand in it, give that a stir, much more like a blue grit, except it's white. And if you wanted to, you could stick to so you can see where you're going. You could put a little bit of food colouring in it, and all that kind of stuff works. But yeah, I don't use the grit. The grit seems to be, from what I've heard, most of the grits that people use, you have to put on a right fair old amount of finish to cover the grit, and I don't want to be messing about with that. So I'm a neat PVA man. So because it's done me all right, although there's probably better stuff you can put on the wall, and like I've never used SBR on the wall. I've used it as an ad mix to put into stuff, but I've never used it on the wall. So you know, I'm just not going to start now. Can't be bothered, and it's more expensive. So, but I mean, PVA now is what about 14 quid a tub. I mean, I know you can buy it at a few places, get it in bulk, and get it a bit cheaper. But currently, as well, I'm looking forward to using old Mark Shepherd's Easy Scrim from Easy Mix. It is, I tell you, it looks quality. It is proper like hard stuff. I mean, one of the guys I think cut his hand on the edge of it because it's nice and strong. But if it wasn't that strong, it would fray like all the other ones do. But it doesn't fray. But it needs to be strong enough to stop it fraying. And of course, yeah, you've got to be a bit careful you don't drag it through your hand on the edge. But it looks like quality stuff. This gear here, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet because all the jobs I've been doing have been like small float set jobs or just skimming jobs. And I've had no plaster balls or anything to cover, so but I'm looking forward to using it. Orange Plasterer's grit is easier to skim over. Oh, okay. I mean, you use all sorts of stuff, Mike, didn't you? Are you're still in Edinburgh, Mike? You're stopping over there, aren't you? I thought that picture looked great, mate. Like I said, Edinburgh, Christmas and New Year, lovely. There's fairs. Well, I'll see from your picture. There's already setting up the fairs with a big old Ferris wheel and stuff, and they have ice rinks and all sorts of stuff there, and all the street entertainers, and that tends to go on right through up to Christmas, through Christmas, into the New Year. About 5 days past the New Year, it's still all there, still busy, loads of people, and just a great atmosphere. Like I said, the one Hogmanay I did go to and got tickets for it. The atmosphere was fantastic. Everybody was friendly. There was no punch-ups in my vicinity, and I was there with the missus, my kids. I won't say my kids. They're a bit younger, but only like in their like early 20s. Were they then? Must have been early 20s. A boyfriend or what have you, and yeah, we had a whale of a time. And it's to say, well, as you guys know, that for those of us that have been and again in May, then yeah, you know that it's a nice sized town to walk around and just see everything basically. I mean, as I say, it was good to go to the Fringe this year because I hadn't been to the Fringe for ages, and I went to the military tattoo arky malarkey, didn't I, which was good. But the old yeah, Christmas, the Hogmanay thing, I've only done once, but loved it, absolutely loved it. Stuart, evening, bruv. Good evening. Hope you're keeping well, mate. I am, bruv. I've been nice and busy of late. I just, unless the job I'm going to look at, which is like a loft conversion, which is, I think meant to be nearly ready, but I'm not sure. Unless the guy wants it done this side of Christmas and I get the job, I'll be doing that. But I'm kind of hoping he'll say, yeah, definitely be ready for January, and then do it then, and then I'm going to just be off from now till then, which will be nice. It is nice to have a decent Christmas break off, and know you've got some work booked in for next year. I've priced another job for next year. I've not heard back from that one yet, but yeah, it can be so variable as to how busy I might not get around this time of the Christmas season. There's been times when I've worked right up to Christmas Eve, as I think I've said before, and other times where a couple of months leading up to Christmas it's gone really quiet, and you think even after nearly 40 years, even after that long, you still don't get used to it. You still go, oh, it'll be fine, it always is. You still can't help but stressing just a little bit when it goes a bit quiet, especially like in the winter time. But no, it's good, and I'm just pleased the kind of the horrible weather that we have, that I don't do any outside stuff anymore. It's just all too getting rained off and messing about. Nice, lovely indoor domestics. Beautiful, can't beat it. Mike, yes, mate. Stay until Wednesday. Lucky man. Yeah, when you sent that picture of the booking office, I didn't know if you was actually. Well, I assumed you might be there, but I didn't have a clue why. I didn't realise that the missus had dragged you to Edinburgh shopping. Actually, how long is it? It's a bit of a trek to go shopping, mate. And how far is it from you when you go down there? Hey, Ricky! Any boys back from the boozer, straight into another. Yeah, this one's a bit more refined, mate. There's no jukebox, I'm afraid, so there'll be no singing or getting belted in the ears with any very loud music. Only whatever comes up in the background later on. Ah dear, but I'm pleased you made it in. Bruv. I put you on the as you see, or as you know, you're in the bar. A bit earlier on there, you was in front of all the writing, which was lovely to be able to see you, nice and proper. But I couldn't read anything on that screen, so I had to put you behind the writing. Sorry about that, mate. I hope it don't affect your watching pleasure too much, or your listening pleasure. If you can hear me, all right, mate. Because I know if you've been in front of a loud jukebox, it does leave a bit of ringing in your ears. But hopefully your walk home's giving them a little bit of time to recover, and that you're all right, and that you've only had one beer, mate. But what you're doing in the pub, listening to loud music on a Monday instead of a Friday, it's beyond me. Stu, I agree. Prefer to stay on the internals, but do like a spot of render in the summertime. Yeah, I don't mind some small rendering jobs in the summertime. I mean, I do tend to tell customers. Oh, hang on, sneeze coming. Woo! Excuse me. yeah, I do tend to say to customers, look, you know, the guys that just do rendering and they don't do internal are probably your best bet because they get the job done in speedy time, normally really pucker, and and uh, and probably cheaper because I will do rendering for people, but the time it takes me to do some rendering compared to what some I know Joel mostly does like bigger jobs now, but he's outside all the time, and he's yeah. If I needed any rendering doing and Joel or Mark lived anywhere near me, mate, I'd either put it onto them so they can go and do it. If I needed some doing in my own gaff, which I've had needed doing for years, then yeah, they're the kind of guys I would get in because I know they know what they're doing, and yeah, just do a lovely job. Hey, Joel, just talking about you then, mate. I don't know if you heard. I'm just saying, like, because of that, when the weather is rubbish, mate, it's the only time I'm pleased I only do indoor domestics nowadays. Even though you're completely the opposite, and that tend to tell my customers that say, "Oh, the outside needs rendering as well," and I go, "Oh, you'd be much better off getting a specialist in that just does outside stuff and doesn't really do indoors because they're on it all the time. They do a pucker job, they do it quicker, and 9 times out of 10 they would do it cheaper than the likes of me would do it. Definitely quicker, if nothing else." Lovely to see you, Joel. And yeah, mate. If you or Mark Neeson and the gang lived anywhere nearer me, mate, I'd just pass on with any jobs queries I get for outsides to you. And if I needed anything doing, mate, I'll get you guys in because you know what you're doing. You're professionals when it comes to that outside rendering and leaving a lovely finish that just makes the customer smile. Right. Cheers. Is your little in bed, Joel? Is she sleeping soundly? Oh, little Harper, bless her. It's great being a dad, mate, isn't it? I know they can be, yeah, they can be a bit noisy and stuff, but yeah, you get used to all that. I was going to pop up. I know I popped up a couple of pictures of me youngest getting married, but I found some pictures of me as when she was a lot smaller, so I was going to put a couple of those on. And I'm not kidding you, mate. It does. When I look at them, I think, yeah, that so wasn't long ago. Well, it kind of was, but you know, it does go past fast. So, working, just doing a normal 5 days a week, mate, and not working weekends. Life's too short. Life's too short, and the sooner you learn that, the better. You can't let that like, oh yeah, I think how much more money I could earn if I keep doing 7 days. Joel, bit too cold for me. I've got joggers on now. Not your shorts, mate. I thought you just wore the shorts, whatever. She's been swimming tonight. Oh, nice one, mate. You're learning songs. We're both in bed, knackered. Nice, mate. It is tiring, mate. But all that sort of all the old, I can't even remember half of them. Splish boshy kind of songs. You sing with them with a group of other dads or whatever, with your babies in the water. It's a lovely crack. It's good. It's good. Oh dear. And plus, it's good to get them to learn to swim when they're like really small, so you ain't got to worry about them too much in that respect. Southern softies. I'm definitely a southern softie, mate. When it comes to well, apart from when I was doing all that Wim Hof ice bath stuff and all that. If and while you do that, it feels great. You can get addicted to it. And it does give you a buzz. And if you do the old breathing stuff as well, mate, it's just a high without drugs, which is obviously good. But yeah, if you get out of the habit of doing the cold, I mean, I still have cold showers and stuff. They're not a problem. I've got to be honest, I haven't jumped in an ice bath for ages. But one of my customers is into the old going swimming just before Christmas in the local Lidos around this way that open up for the winter for the hard swimmers. And yeah, but I found since I bought myself an electric blanket, which I've never done before, I've been putting that on and getting into bed and going, whoa, that's nice. And you start doing that, and then yeah, soft, mate, soft. When I was doing the old Wim Hof stuff, I 3 or 4 years I went out just in t-shirts, never wore a jumper, never wore a coat. And you do definitely get more used to it, but never 100%. And I thought, yeah, you're better off doing more of a challenging thing. Keep yourself nice and warm, and every now and then go, yep, I'm going to have a nice bath, or I'm going to go wild swimming, I think they call it, when you do a lake or something. But preferably not on your own, just in case you drown. Right. So, your ears were burning earlier, mate. Oh, good. Yeah. Joel, January booked in. Let's take stress off going to guys. Hey, I tell you what, Joel, are you accidentally going to be booking working over May, mate, when we're going down to Edinburgh? It's easy done, bruv. It's easy done. But yeah, it's nice to have any work kind of like booked up for next year. It makes Christmas a much more relaxing time. Good. I'm so looking forward to you coming down to us, Joel, on that one. I'll be so gutted if you don't make it, mate, for whatever reason. Because I know, like, when you got kids and the missus, it is, yeah, it can go a bit pear shaped the last minute. But got me fingers crossed, mate, that it'll all be sweet. And yeah, be nice to see you there, mate. Be nice to see you there. September. Mark said his thermals on since September. The missus did say to me, "Oh, you need to get some thermals if you're feeling the cold." But, that's only for me getting from my car into the customer's house with me tools. I mean, I don't like getting wet in the rain, just getting me stuff out when I've had to unload into the house. Last job I did the other day, they had a lovely big drive, which was nice because the two previous jobs were the bump up the curbs. You can't park here, parking to unload and reload, but they're all done and I've been paid up for those, so that's all good. That's all good. Rick, I'm Edinburgh ready, taking our lass away to the Dales for the week prior. Nice little cottage, oh lovely, mate, lovely, with a hot tub as well. Ooh. That's the only thing missing from the Edinburgh is the hot tub. I'd just be too worried the geezers would all be taking a leak in it because they couldn't be bothered to get out. Nice little cottage with a hot tub, brownie points in the bank for a week away with you gents. Ah, yeah, well that's it, mate. Yeah, you know how to sort that out and keep your other half happy. You got to do something to, yeah. You can't just go, all right, babe. I'm disappearing for the best part of a week. Oh dear. But anyway, it's definitely from the 20th because that's when because I'm booked in. So if you don't come if you get a lot come earlier, a lot earlier than that, then you'll be gone back home before I get there. And if you, I'm staying there till Friday night, something like that, Saturday. You can't remember now. But I just thought, no, I'll get it out of the way. I will book it and pay for it up front as well because that hostel place I'm staying in, you can book it and then pay the last. I think you can pay when you get there if you wanted to, but I just like getting it sorted out while I've got some money and get it paid. Mike Smarty's already there. He's gone there. The missus has said they want to go shopping, and in Edinburgh for some reason. So they've gone to Edinburgh shopping, and all the old Christmas things are up now in Edinburgh. All the ice rinks and fun fairs and all sorts of stuff. It's lovely then, but yeah, I don't think we could get away for a Christmas shindig somehow. But yeah, but then saying that, I mean, not this Christmas, obviously, but and we're going in May, so I don't know about next Christmas, but yeah, it's something worth maybe considering for a bit of a crack. And Stu Roberts, he mentioned whether or not anyone would want to do paintballing when we go in May. The only thing I could remember about paintballing, last time I did it was for quite a few years back, was getting splattered in the face shield with the old. Oh, that's frightening. They hurt quite a bit when they hit you anyway. Not that I'm too soft, but if one hits you on the mask and splatters on your face, the thump of it makes you just feel lucky that you're not a real soldier. without a mask on, getting proper ammo to your face. But all I could remember was how expensive it was to buy another 30 or 60 paintballs or whatever they cost. And they were quite expensive then, and that was going back. So I have no idea what it costs. But if anyone's up for it, let us know. Let us know, and we'll see what's. I don't know what they got. Lots of paintball places in Edinburgh. Had a look. There's loads of paintball places. No, I don't think you're going to say. Oh, actually, in Edinburgh they don't really have any. There's none nearby. Not that I don't mind shooting other people. It's when they shoot you back, or if it's one of those things where you kind of like gang up on one person, absolutely spray them with paintballs. But yeah, it could be a good crack. Well, have a look at that. Well, actually, Mike, you could probably, if you're not doing anything else, mate, you could have a look online and see, or unless you know now what kind of prices we're looking at for paintballing in Edinburgh in May. Yeah, I'm open to any options of stuff to do. But I'm quite happy to just sit and eat and drink and chat. Hopefully in the sun again, like we did last time. I'm hopeful. I'm pretty sure the big man upstairs is good to his word when it comes to bringing the sun out for Plasterer's trip away. Mark replying to Joel. Put a poll on the groups, lads, and see who's interested and what dates suit everyone. Stuart has put a poll on. What about the paintballing? Okay, mate. Yeah, I just wondered. I think because when you book it, you get, I can't remember how many paintballs you get within the booking it thing, and then it's just a case of like when you do run out, if you're like really, you're hyped up for it. You think, oh, let's get some more, and that's when they start getting expensive. I think that's when they put the price up and they go, oh well, the ones that were included with your price of doing the paintballing, was only like however much, but now you want extra ones, they're going to cost you. But it is a good crack, I'll give you that. It is a good crack. Oh dear. Changing the subject slightly. My lovely newly wedded youngest daughter. One of her friends from her uni days, her birthday. Fair enough. Said, "Pops, I'm going up there for her birthday," and she got herself. She was really looking forward to it. She got like the booze, presents, just because she loves buying presents and stuff for her friends, and just enjoys spending time with them. And I said, "All right, baby, make sure you let me know like that when you're coming home and that you're home safe, because I'm a typical daddy, even though she's moved out and she's a married woman." I'm still like, "Oh, can you text me when you get home, babe?" Not every day, but just events like if she's going to be driving somewhere that's a bit of a distance. Anyway, cut long story. No, might as well drag it out. I was up here. I was gonna have a good twiddle about with this, change some of these, put some different videos on, and stuff like that. Saturday night, and it was about 7 o'clock. And Mrs. comes up the stairs and she says, if a clutch on a car goes to the floor, does that mean the clutch is gone? I thought, why are you asking me that question? And I sort of was like, well, who wants to know? And she said, Sarah's broken down. Oh no, where is she broken down? And it turns out she was going. I didn't realise how far she was going to Southampton, which isn't a million miles away. But on a sort of Saturday night when you're not thinking about going anywhere, it turned out she conked out in Farnham. Now Farnham is about an hour or so's drive from here. It was raining. It was windy, pretty windy on Saturday night, and I'm thinking, how are we going to have to tow the car back? So I had to shoot out, try and get a tow rope, which we did, which ended up being shorter than the missus liked, because I was pulling and she was in the when we finally got there. and it took us ages to get there. And I thought, we can't tow this all the way back to London. Unfortunately, a friend of my daughter's dad, well, he's a mechanic, but the dad, he lived in Farnham, and he was only 10 minutes up the road. But because the towing took us so long, that 10 minutes up the road took us about 3/4 of an hour to get to his house, where fortunately we could leave the car, because there's no way you could tow it back to London, not at night with a short tow rope, in the wind, in the rain, stressful as anything. So fortunately we managed to get it to his place, and because her friend is a mechanic, God bless him, he's a lovely guy, he's gone over there to try and sort it out and fix it for us. And then when we finally got it there, then it was get back in the car. It would be a work motor, so I'd taken some of my stuff out the back. I said to my daughter, "You're going to have to go in the back." It's only like with all the tools in the back, it's a 2-seater basically, and the missus is with me. So we eventually got home about pushing midnight basically. But so that was a fun Saturday night just gone. I thought it could have been worse. She could have broken down nearer Southampton, which would have been even. Oh God, I could go back thinking about. But I kind of thought, oh, why couldn't it have conked out when she was going to work or coming home from work, or when she hadn't got that far? And as I say, Farnham is a lot better than Southampton, but still a bloody long way to go and try and to rescue your kids. That's another thing, Joel. If you're still there, mate, that you'll it's the kind of thing you just do. On the way to it, my missus is going, "Your tyres are all right in this car?" Because it was really windy, and at one point on the motorway, the wind caught me, and I'm literally swayed over into the next lane. And she's going, I can't see the trees moving. But I said it was definitely the wind. And she was like asking me if my tyres were all right. I said, "Look, babe, all I care about is getting to my baby. She's on her own, and she's in Farnham, and the coppers came, because where she was, it wasn't a safe place for the car to conk out, obviously. So then the coppers came along, and they must have had some bit of kit. They towed her off somewhere a bit more safer, and then told her to go into Farnham like town centre and stay in a cafe or near the station or something like that. But so I knew she was okay, but it was a relief to get there, Joel. And no, she was all right. I didn't care about the car. I didn't care about my car. I didn't care about anything else. And I was just happy to get us all home safe, mate. And you get in and you go, oh, thank God for that. Apart from my missus stressing about trying to look up mechanics at midnight for fixing it. I said, don't worry, her friend's going to look at it. And I thought, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to bed. I've had enough for one day. So yeah. So even when they're married and out of your hair in that respect, mate, you're still like, if there's an issue. I don't think she rang her hubby until after she knew we were coming to rescue her, because his car's. I think the engine on it's a bit of like a sewing machine, so he couldn't have gone there, and I don't know what he would have done. So yep. When duty calls, mate, and your kids, you just do anything for them. You don't care. You don't care what it is. You just hope it's nothing too major. Like when the missus said that, oh, it's Sarah, she's broken down and she's in Farnham, I just thought, oh God, I so wasn't geared up, because you're sitting down relaxing on a Saturday night, and suddenly you think, oh, this is going to be a long evening. But it's all done and dusted now. Oh dear. Anyway. Is that? Yeah, I'll have to look for that pole mark on the on Trout Talk. Did you need to put it on there today? I got the other night as well on the mentoring group, which I keep being either late for or missing completely, and having to watch it on catch up. Is on Thursday just gone. I'm in the choir. I'm in the Christmas choir at the church. So yeah, and rehearsal was Thursday night, and it's only when I come out of the rehearsal and it says Stuart Roberts was mentoring group was live, and I think, ow, flipping it. But yeah, I'll definitely be at the next one. it's alright watching it on the catch-up thing, but you can't interact properly with the other guys on there. But sorry, Stu. but yeah, I'm looking forward to chilling out for Christmas time. And just the only bad habit I'll try not to do it this year, that I do get into, because I think before Christmas, I think, right, I'm gonna have this time off, and that funny bit between Christmas and the New Year, I'll be taking that off as well. And because I know some people don't, if they can get some kind of work, they'll do it, but that's not for me. And what was I going to say, it'll come back to me in a minute. Hang on. Oh man, hang on. Yeah, completely forgotten. It'll come to me in a minute. With any luck. What was I going to say? You lot must know. You must know me by now. What were we talking about? Anyway. Yeah, I think I might go. I think I might go and have some tests. Talking about Christmas. What were we talking about? That's it. That's it. Remembered. I always think, yep, like now me second daughter's moved out. She's got married. Now we can move into her room, decorate our bedroom. Yeah, get everything out. So lovely. And then the missus will say, well, you could do that over the Christmas holiday. And I go, yeah, why not? I've quite a long time, nothing to do, and might as well. Why not crack on and do that? But I'm just not very good at cracking on doing stuff at home like that. But what tends to happen is over the Christmas period, leading just up to Christmas and over the few days of Christmas and Boxing Day, I do tend to get this terrible habit of going to bed late, like silly late, 1, 2, maybe it's a bit later, depending what's happening or what rubbish I might be watching on the telly. And but then doing that, body clock wise, although my body clock might still wake me up at sort of 5:30 or 6 o'clock, I can very quickly go back to sleep. But then find I'm struggling to get up before midday or 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Christmas. And of course, if you do that, then you don't feel tired. When it's about 11 o'clock, it feels like about 8 or 9, which is terrible unless you're doing shift work. And if you get into that cycle, you don't get nothing done, because by the time you get up, you've got about 2 hours before it gets dark, or 3 or 4 hours before it gets dark, and you've lost the day. You've wasted the day. It's very silly, but I promised myself this year I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be more careful, and not go to bed too late. Get up, and if I do, just get up early. Because again, in the past when I've done that, and it's getting to like going back to work time in January, and I kind of think, how on earth am I going to get up early again? I better start practicing, but I don't, and then I just literally wait till my first job. I've got to be there at 8 o'clock, and just force myself to get out of bed. Just feel like death on legs, but it don't take long to get used to it again, does it? And get back into getting up bright and early. Yeah, and going, Christmas is over now. The days are getting longer again in the morning by about 1 minute a day, is it? Maybe not that much, but roll on summer, roll on May, roll on spring, roll on May. Yeah, hey, aha. I have only had 1 pint of beer. I think it's because I haven't had any dinner yet. I did give myself a pork pie on the way home. And I had a pork pie and a cup of coffee, and I'll tell a lie, I bought a baguette as well, and I had a ham baguette, which was lovely. But it wasn't proper dinner, was it? So I think the missus is doing fish and chips this evening. So I'll be looking forward to some of that. Does anyone want to talk about plastering? Oh. Ah dear. Welcome to my community, Boozer. The old Alton Trail. Is there anything good? Is there anything good on the telly I can go and watch? I'll tell you what, mate. Yeah, look. Let's pop you. Let's pop you over here for a little while. The cat will have to take a back seat. There we go. Yeah, okay. Surrounded by me mates. Yay! Oh dear. Oh. Yeah. What's the time? 7:52. Yeah. I might knock it on the head about 8 o'clock tonight, then, boys. As we're a little bit quiet. There's only so much stuff I can talk about or tell you about without boring you senseless. Joe, hello Joe. Have you used Blue Grit before, mate? No, I've never used any of the grits, Joe. I think, as I say, mostly because I've been plastering for 38 years, and for most of that, SBR's been around a long time, and some other sealants, but they, compared to back in the day, you could buy a gallon of 5 litres of PVA for about a fiver, and everything else, whether it was SBR or Thistle Bond, I think it was called, that was about 60 quid for a tub. And I thought, I ain't paying 60 quid for a tub of that stuff. So anything else that was invented after that, because I'm so old, mate, all the grits weren't invented when I was plastering first. So I used PVA. I used to water it down really early on, but then I realised I had a better job if I used it neat. You know, if it was only by cheap PVA anyway. So it's quite thick, but not too thick. If it's a little bit too thick, put a bit of water in to make it a bit more pliable. But generally, I've always used that neat. Let it dry completely. Works a dream. Never really let me down. So when it comes to when the grits and stuff start coming out, or other people saying that, oh, you could use this or use that, which you can. Obviously, use whatever you like. If it works for you, that's all that matters. I mean, nobody's 100% right in what they do. It's just the way that they do it, and if it works for them, they don't kind of change. So, the short answer is no. I haven't used Blue Grit before, but this is part of the long answer. Is yeah, it seems that I think the Blue Grit might be a bit easier to cover than some of the other different coloured grits. I don't know if they got more grit or whether the grit's bigger, but you just end up using more stuff. Since I've been a spread, especially when it comes to the skimming part of any internal stuff I'm doing, I just like to make the process as simple and as quick as possible. I use accelerators when I can. I've started using extra time. I mean, I've used that in finish when I had to lay a lot on, but I experimented with, because it's not made for that, but I experimented with putting extra time into bonding, which is great because it keeps the bonding nice and creamy. Even if you spend a little using it out of a tub, if you spend a little bit too long using it up on something, because you might be doing a twiddly bit, it stays nice and creamy right to the last bit. And once I've got it on, I find it still goes off quick enough. And a job I did last week where I used that, I had the room I had to do, the ceiling was Artex, the walls were Artex, so it all had to be covered. And if the Artex is heavy, I always bond it. I've never just tried to do a couple of skims to get over it. That's just the way I've always done it. And I put extra time in it, so I didn't have any waste whatsoever. Bonded everything, knew I wasn't going to set it that day. And the following day, I think obviously the weather conditions help. In the middle of a baking hot summer, it might not be the case. But the next day, all the bonding was still dark. And normally, if you haven't set it the same day, you need to PVA it again. So I PVA'd it, And no, I didn't PVA it. I thought I'll risk it. I'm gonna. I test. I sprayed some water on it, and the water still ran on it. Didn't soak in, even though it was the next day. So I saved myself a lot of time and 15 quid worth of PVA, and I just skimmed straight over it, and it came out a treat. And I was well pleased. So I thought if it works like that, putting the extra time into bonding, one sachet for a bag, then I'm going to be doing that all the time in future. And I did a sealing once as well. Well, more than once, but one particular time where I put that in it, and it still, once it was up on the ceiling, it still started to change colour, and it didn't seem to take any longer. I think it's just longer workability. It's only if you put a silly amount, like 2 or 3 sachets or something daft in, it'll still be wet the next day, which you don't want, obviously. But yeah, it's been a game changer for me, absolute game changer. But so yeah, no, because I've used PVA practically my whole career. I can't be bothered to pay more money to try other stuff out. I mean, a lot of other guys try stuff out, and whoever uses a particular thing, you just get used to it and think, yeah, it works for me, so I won't use nothing else. Whether it's some guys use grit all the time. Even some of my friends use grit, don't you boys? But yeah, no, I can't be bothered with it. Hadley, Eric, hope you're well and family all good. Yo, yeah. What are your thoughts on having multi with bonding or hardball? Do you find at the moment when you're speed skimming bonding, have to catch it early to flatten, as bond seems to go off faster than if you... Excuse me. Plaster dust, that's what it is. It's not good for you. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Have to catch earlier to flatten, as bonding seems to go off faster than to use it, where hardball still seems to hang about. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. I don't know if you just heard me just now, but the thing I don't like about hardball is it bleeding stinks. It smells like rotten bloody eggs. And the only other thing I've smelt that smells like rotten eggs is gone off PVA or gone off Artex before it's put on. Horrible smell. I hardly ever use hardball. I've used, well, I used to use browning and bonding as base coats. I don't do a lot of dot and dab type stuff because I float and set. I'm a float and set kind of geezer. When I see some brick, I think, oh, how many bags of bonding do I need? Float that, skim it. Job's a good one. Nice solid wall. I know sticking balls can be quicker and depends, but yeah, I'm a bit old school in that department. But by putting extra time in my bonding, makes it more like, not from a suction point of view, but makes it more like hardball regarding how long it stays wet and spreadable, because hardball doesn't really go lumpy in the bottom of a tub. But I found no matter how well I mix up a bag of bonding, if it's not on a spot board and I'm digging it out of the tub, that last bit at the end starts to get lumps in it. Don't matter how well mixed it is, unless it's going on the wall like rocket speed and you're getting through a bag, that last little bit always starts tightening up in the bottom. But with extra time in my bonding, mate, it basically is like hardwall but without the smell. And you can, as I said, the last job I did, where I did a load of bonding one day, skimmed it the next, and it had the additive in it. I didn't have to PVA it. I just skimmed it, and it worked a treat. Hey, Kirky boy, hello, mate. Welcome into the boozer. I hope you haven't stopped making a video just to come here. I'll keep him very well, mate. Very well. Just relaxing. Just relaxing in the community inn, having a chat with the boys and girls. Nothing major. Nice and relaxing, mate. Nice and relaxing. I ain't got no videos to make because I think I've got to that point, mate. But it's sad, but I can't be bothered. You know how much work it is, mate. But you're doing a absolute stellar job, mate, on that channel. I'm so excited for you. But, it's great to see, mate. It's great to see. I reckon old Blaine must be starting to think, oh, bloody hell. stay away from my crown, you. Rick, definitely going to that. Try that bonding extra time trick. Give it a go, mate. Give it a go. As I say, I mean, like extra time's not for bonding, but for me, mate, yeah. If I have to put a lot of it on, I mean, if I had a labourer, like some of the smart plasterers do, probably wouldn't be an issue. But because everything's on me Todd, I just try and find out the best things that work for me. And like I said, if I've got a load of bonding to do, I will whack some of that in so it stays good right to the end. I'll whack all the bonding on that I need to do, and then I'll just skim it the next day. And as I say, if the suction's even held off even the next day, then winner chicken dinner for me anyway. But I can't get, especially when it's heavy Artex, I can't do just a sort of the 2 skim thing. I just probably because I've never practiced it and I'm not that good at it, and or mixing. So some of the guys do the magic mix, and they have a bit of bonding and a bit of finish. The only time I do that is if I've mixed up some bonding and I've run out of bonding. I think, oh shit, it's too thin, and I crack open a bag of finish and I'll chuck some finish in it to thicken it up. But that's the only time I mix bonding and finish together. If I've run out of one and I'm just trying to thicken it up. But yeah, dear, I'm gonna have to cut another beer, I'm afraid. Oh, sorry. Unlike some of the uncouth plasterers who drink out of a tin, I have it half a glass. Yeah, hey. Oh dear. Kirk, if you're still there, mate, I'll tell you, you're tuning at those 20 subs, mate. And you've already flown past it. It's now. I mean, it's got to work exponentially, isn't it? By the time you're clicking up to the old 20,000 subs, that's got to have more. You've got to have more of a flow of it growing quicker than it has than it has been anyway. But you've done a sterling job, mate. Just watching your videos makes me tired, mate, because I know the work that goes into let's say filming them and editing them and all the rest of it. As the other guys do that do the videos and stuff. I say I've got a loft conversion that I might be plastering before Christmas, and I might film that, but nothing exciting. Nothing exciting. I just hope you can keep the momentum going and mate, and come up with ideas and what have you. I mean, that thing testing out the old the different like PVA and SBR all against each other, fantastic. But flipping hell of a lot of work to put that lot together. Rick, sorry mate, I think I missed this one. With you there, Eric. I've worked Boxing Day. Is that meant to be New Year's Eve, mate? In the past, sack that young man's game. I'm fit for chilling at home with the lass for the week. Yeah, well, you don't. You just that kind of like momentum of keep going. I mean, poor old Kirk. He's got at least 3 daughters, mate. I think, and now his little boy. Bless him, he's a cutie, and his missus, and lots of horses. And I say horses ain't cheap to keep. You can buy them quite reasonably, but feeding them and all the livery stuff and stables and all that malarkey costs a small fortune. So a mate of mine's got a stables up the road. A plumber friend of mine. He's done well for himself. He's got a beautiful house, and it's the house he'd been after, I think, for years, and a big old detached place in a posh part of Banstead. Now this way, Banstead village is like it's nice. And his mum used to have these stables at the back of his house, so beyond the garden, it's just the stables. And long story short, basically, he now owns the stables as well. So his house and his garden, once you've got past the pool, and then there's like a fence, and then it's just more stable like land with horses on it and stuff. Actually, a working treat for Kirk and and his daughters and stuff for their horse riding. Ah dear, but I don't think you want to move to London. Kirk, being honest, all I get is shouted at by the wife for always working and editing. I can understand that, mate. That's what I think, because I know you say a lot about, you know, spending time with the missus and the kids, but you do, you work. I mean, well, you know, I heard you saying you already got work booked in for that gap that everybody else has off between Christmas and the New Year, and you're bloody working and bank holidays and all the rest of it. But as I say, mate, you got to make the crust, didn't you? And to pay for everything, bloody hell. But blimey, you'll be one of the, eventually. Well, if you're not, I'm assuming you're not yet, mate. But I'm assuming you'll be one of the only millionaire spreads that I know in the future. With all your entrepreneuring, you're a clever lad. You're a clever lad, without a doubt. Oh dear. But yeah, mate. I'm surprised she won't chuck you out, will she? But I could imagine she must really get the arse with you because, like you say, you know, editing takes forever. They say you're working all the time, but oh, mate, if I'm a penny behind you, I'll be happy, man. Mate, don't. I'm well past the halfway stage in life, so. I think when you get to a certain, I mean, you're just a bloody teeny bopper basically, mate, and you make me feel old. But you get to a certain point where you think, oh bollocks, I just got to make the most of what's like left of your life, won't you? No, I mean, under depression though. Obviously, I mean it on a kind of like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna live this long again. It's getting to that bit where you're like, a lot of things you just can't be bothered with, and if you can happily work wise, if you can happily survive, then yeah, you kind of think, oh, I ain't going to work bank holiday. I'm not going to work over Christmas. I'm not going to work Saturdays and Sundays. But anyway, mate, when you're 60, mate, I'm 61 now. Bloody hell, that last year went quick. Yeah, when you're 60, mate, you'll be well by then you'll just be the old cigar, mate, and you'll be yeah. You should be able to relax by then. Because I think you're only at work. I know you enjoy plastering, mate, but I think it's only because it's not just nice to be bringing that money in. But at some point you'll think, you know what, I'm getting too old for this malarkey, and I haven't planned very well, mate. So yeah, I definitely will be going probably till I drop. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens, mate. See what happens. Cheers. Ooh. And I know for you, mate, you won't get to Edinburgh. One, because you'll already have work booked in that you'll be doing. And I know you'd hate to have the time off. And the missus, if you told the missus, even if it was just for a day or two, that you were going up to Edinburgh for the Plasterers convention, that won't go down well, would it? That would be good. Ah, dear. I won't hold my breath. I won't hold my breath on that one. Oh. Excuse me while I multitask. Do you like these? So I've got these ones. These have got two arms on, but they're not they're not prescription, so they don't work as well. Nope, another job. That'll be January, February, lovely, thank you. Before let's see, hang on, have I missed anything out? Oh. Hadley, hang on, Hadley. Hey, hi Eric, hope you're well, family all good. Oh, was over there? Thoughts on having multi. Oh, sorry, yeah, I've done that already, and I haven't moved moved down my list. What's that, Rick? I only buy horse at the butcher's. Lovely steak, so it is. Ah, dear. Right, boys and girls, I'm going to go and have my fish and chips because, pardon me, I'm a bit hungry. But and I've got to look at a job at 9 o'clock tomorrow, so mind you, it'll beat today because I was up at I was up at 5:30. When the missus goes to work, which is 3 days a week. I mean, she's not doing that; she's babysitting and doing other stuff. But it's a 5:30 affair. Mike, his missus is the same. I think he takes her to work at 5 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning. I know some poor girl that works up the road. One of my mates I've done some plastering for, and she's some kind of nurse in her home, and she gets up at 3 o'clock. She's got to be at work at 3:30, 4, and she does that like a lot, like most of the week, as far as I know. And I think, how can you get up at 3 o'clock every day? Wow, God bless her. God bless her. Right, anyway, I'm going to make a move while I've yeah, while I've what? I don't know. But I'm gonna make a move. I'm signing off. I will see you all I will see you all soon, somewhere or another. Cheers, Mark. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Kirk. Cheers, Ricky boy. Cheers, Jamie. Almost missed it. If you just got here, mate, you just have. You're gonna have to watch the catch up. You're gonna have to watch the catch up. Ah, dear. Right, I'm out of here. I'm going to have me stuff. Actually, I still can't find the button. How long have I been doing this? Night, Tara. God bless, sweetheart. Right, cheers, peeps. I will see you very soon, somewhere back here. It won't be on. I won't be on a video for a while. On my Discord site, or on Trail Talk, obviously, and in Edinburgh in May. That's a bit of a way off still yet, but that'll come around quick as well. Like getting old, it'll soon be here. So make the most of your life. Right, this is Eric Plasterer signing off. See you later, guys and girls.